What's up, guys? Terra Classic looking beautiful. We're going to talk about a few different things. First, Binance's wallet, where they've been accumulating trillions of Terra Classic. And then, of course, we're going to look at Ustc, which had a huge pump, 300% pump yesterday. And, of course, look at Terra Classic, some price predictions. We're going to talk about burns and how that could get Terra Classic to $1. And I'll show you exactly how we could get to $1 and how long that would take. So first we're going to look at Binance's wallet here, and we see in their main/withdraw wallet they're now up to 2.4 trillion Terra Classic tokens, getting close to 2.5 trillion. Just yesterday I believe they were at 2.3 trillion like a day or two ago, and now they're almost up to 2.5 trillion. So they've accumulated like 100 billion, maybe more, in the past one day, last 24 hours. So that could have contributed to the Terra Classic pump if Binance was accumulating billions of tokens. So yeah, they're holding, just in this one wallet here, almost 2.5 trillion. And then I believe they do have like another 1 trillion tokens floating around in other wallets. So Binance is holding like half the supply pretty much. So a lot of speculation on what's going on here. What are they planning to do? Are they planning on doing a massive burn, or what's going on? So we'll be keeping track of this. They just keep accumulating more and more, and we'll see what happens. We'll keep track of this. Maybe they're going to do a huge burn or something. All right, let's move on to USTC. So USTC yesterday was up like 300%, and I think that is what helped Terra Classic pump really hard too. So USTC last few days has just been going up, 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 up. So it got down to under a penny, and now it's starting to go back up. We see the volume in the last day or so has increased like crazy. Volume's up 98% in the last 24 hours. So under a penny. Up here at this peak, we were up at 4 cents. So that's like a 4x gain in just a few days if you bought when it was at a penny and then sold up here. And it's come down a bit now. We'll see if it keeps going up. So forming this nice rounded bottom, and now it's starting to take off. So why is USTC pumping? Well, maybe people are buying it because it looks like Terra Classic is going to be revived with all these proposals going through, the staking's coming back. Possibly USTC could eventually get repegged to $1. So of course, if you buy it here at like 2 cents and it goes to $1, you're gonna make a ton of money. So maybe you want to buy some here at like 2 cents. I mean, obviously it's very risky. It could go down to under a penny again, but there's also the possibility that you could double, triple your money in a short amount of time too. So definitely very risky, but could be a good opportunity. And now let's look at Terra Classic. Saw this beautiful pump here, like 60% or so. Luna 2 also pumped, but not nearly as hard, and it's already back down pretty hard. But yeah, Terra Classic staying up nicely still, and we should have support. So I've been saying we should have support here at 79. That's where we had resistance here, and it looks like we have already started to bounce off of that support. And if we zoom out a bit, you'll see what I mean. So going back all the way back here, we had previous support at 79, resistance at 79, and then we had resistance again here. So 79 should provide us with some support. So we're probably not going to come straight down. We'll probably at least see a bounce at 79, and it looks like we are seeing that bounce right now. Now, it doesn't mean that we're just going to continue pumping. We might continue pumping, but we should at least see a bounce here at 79. So that's what to expect for the immediate short term of Terra Classic. Now for long term, we could definitely get to much higher prices because right now their developers are working on getting the staking going again and implementing these 1.2% burns. And those are the code's ready, but it's currently in testnet. So there's no exact time on when that's going to be implemented, but we'll be watching it, keeping track, and as soon as those do get implemented, I'll be sure to let you guys know because that's gonna cause a huge pump, I'm sure. I mean, we're not even there yet, and price is already people are starting to get very bullish. So like and subscribe if you want more of these updates. But with this 1.2% burn, Terra Classic could actually eventually get to $1. I'll show you exactly how that could happen and how fast. So here we see, based on transaction volume, how many tokens we would burn per day, per month, and per year. And let's look at what our volume is. So Terra Classic here, our volume's up in the past 24 hours, 159% because of this pump. So we have 500 million in volume right now. And let's look. So with 500 million in volume, you would burn 26 trillion tokens in 1 year. And that's more than the total supply. But as the price goes up, the rate at which you burn is going to go down. So you wouldn't actually, so it would take a bit longer. So like with 500 million in volume each day, you wouldn't, if the price stayed the same, you would burn 26 trillion tokens in a year, but the price is going to go up as you burn, so you're going to not quite burn that many in a year, but maybe you'd burn the entire supply in a year. So with this volume, we could potentially burn the whole supply, get to $1 in like 1 year, maybe even faster, especially if we get even higher volume. And if we're going to be more conservative and look at like past few weeks or so, we've been averaging more like 100 million. That's still burning 5 trillion in a year, almost the whole supply. So with very minimal volume, we could burn the entire supply maybe in a few years. But if we get higher volume, potentially in less than a year, we could burn the whole supply, get to $1. And that means if you bought $82 of Terra Classic right now and we get to $1, then you're a millionaire. And hey, might take a few years, might happen in less than a year, depends on volume. But even if it takes 3 years, that's still amazing. A 10,000x in 3 years, I think I'll take that. So even if it just gets to 1/10 of a cent, that's still over a 10x gain, which would be amazing. And that could actually happen fairly fast, even within this year. Could happen during 2020, a 10x gain. So we'll see what happens, but tons of big catalysts coming up. Of course, this is risky. So any money you put in here, this may go down more. Like nobody knows what's going to happen. But right now things are looking real good. And looks like Terra Classic could actually be revived. So I would say the risk reward is pretty nice. You could potentially turn a small amount of money into a very large amount of money. So let me know what your price predictions are, but thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you want more of these Terra Classic updates. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys later.